Here we have a first edition of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. It was published in 1876. My name is Pom Harrington and I'm the owner of Peter Harrington. So what makes this book a first edition and what makes it special? Let's have a look. To be a first edition, it's actually quite simple with this book. I'm going to open it up and we're going to look at the title page. See The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, 1876. Now actually they did several printings in that time period, and the way we tell the difference between one printing and the second printing is actually on two simple points. The first point is that the first printing was actually on wove paper, and the second printing was on laid paper, which has chain lines through it. Well, this doesn't have that, so it's on wove paper. But actually there's also one other very quick check. In the pagination on the half title, we have here The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, and on the back of the leaf we have a blank, another blank, and then we have the illustration, the frontispiece. And in later printings they actually decide to save the paper and they print that frontispiece straight in the back of the half title, so you end up with one leaf rather than two. As we have the extra leaf in there, we have a true first printing of Tom Sawyer. Now why is this copy special? Well, actually it's down to the condition of it. And I'm just going to turn it around because this book actually has two problems. The first thing, it's very, very heavy, and the paper actually is very heavy for the book and it tends to fall out. And as you can see, this copy actually is very nice and tight and held together rather beautifully. If I open it up carefully, you'll see here the second thing about this copy is the brightness on that spine. The gilt on this book, it gets rubbed off with handling and was red. The blue really deteriorates, it fades, and as you can see here, the condition of it, the brightness of the gilt, the true blue nature of the colour of the cloth is really quite extraordinary, and this really does make it a fine copy and therefore rather special. The book is very rare. There were only a few low thousands of copies printed. A huge commercial success for Mark Twain, and where it actually, it launched him on, and it was a few years later he continued it with The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. For details on this book by Mark Twain and other books by Mark Twain, first editions, please look at the Peter Harrington website, where you'll find our contact details and we'll be happy to answer your questions.